In the following video, I'm going to be talking about the price elasticity of demand and the different examples that can be seen as elastic or inelastic. Price elasticity refers to how likely a consumer is to change their spending habits on a particular product or service if the prices change. This refers to price sensitivity of a product. Some factors that make a product or service more sensitive would be if there was a substitute to the product, how much of your budget is consumed by the product, and the length of time that the price change is in effect. If there are substitutes available for the product and the price of your product increases, the demand is likely to decrease because people will begin buying the substitute at a lower price. Change in products that are a smaller part of your budget are less likely to alter your spending habits because your purchase is occasional and you're less likely to notice price changes. The amount of time that a price is changed also alters your spending because if a product's price increases, you're less likely to change your spending immediately, but as time continues, you will seek out other alternatives as the prices have a more lasting effect with each purchase. If a good is inelastic, that just means it's going to have a low price sensitivity. And having a low price sensitivity means that an increase in the price of a good is not going to change the spending habits of a consumer. If a company has an inelastic product, they would make more money if they sold it at a higher price because the change in quantity demanded would be small while the increase in price would be high. So they're still selling around the same amount of products at an increased price, which is increasing revenue. If a product is considered elastic, then that means it is going to have a high price sensitivity. And having a high price sensitivity just means that when the price of a good is changed, then the quantity demanded by consumers is going to reflect that change. If a company has an elastic product, they are going to want to lower the price rather than increase the price because more money would be made at the lower price than the higher price because people will just find substitutes if the price is too high. So if the price is lowered, then they will buy more of that product. Blenders can be seen as an elastic product because if the price of one blender is increased, then the quantity demanded for that blender is going to be lowered. The reason for this is because if they see that the price is high on one blender, they will just go look for a substitute, and that substitute is going to have a lower price than the one they were looking at. In the video, it can be seen that Justin was looking at several different blenders and he chose one of the cheaper ones because the higher price of the other blenders caused him to look for something else. The elasticity of demand between the 2 points in the graph is 2.5, and since that is above 1, it shows that blenders are an elastic product. The blue shaded region shows the money that is lost by selling at a price of $100 instead of $150, while the green shaded region shows the money that is being made by selling at a price of $100 instead of $150. This shows that lowering the price greatly increased total revenue, and since the price was lowered, more blenders were sold and more money was being made. But if the price had been increased, then less money would be made and less would be sold. Jewel pods are an example of an inelastic product because even if the price is increased, the quantity demanded would stay around the same. The reason for this is because jewel pods are needed if a person has a jewel and there are no substitutes for those pods. So if you have a jewel and you want to use it, you're going to have to pay whatever price for the jewel pods. In the video, it can be seen the jewel pods go specifically with jewels. And if Lakin wanted to use her jewel, then she would have to go somewhere and buy the jewel pods no matter what the price was. The elasticity of demand of the 2 points in the graph is 5.7, and since this is below 1, it shows the jewel pods are an inelastic product. The blue shaded region shows the amount of money that is being made from selling at a price of $40 instead of $24, while the green region shows the amount of money that was lost because of the decrease in quantity demanded. When the price was increased, more money was being made because people still demanded a large quantity of jewel pods. This is because jewel pods are not very price sensitive. People will still buy a large amount of them even if the prices increase because they are needed with jewels. DVD players can be seen as an elastic product because if the price of a certain DVD player is increased, then the quantity demanded of that certain DVD player is going to be lowered. The reason for this is because there are many substitutes, and if the price of one is increased, then a consumer is just going to look for another one that is cheaper. DVDs, on the other hand, are an inelastic product because the price could be increased, but the quantity demanded would stay relatively the same. The reason for this is because there are no substitutes for DVDs, and once you have a DVD player, you need the DVDs to use it. So people are going to buy DVDs even if the price is increased. In the video, it can be seen that Lincoln was looking at many different DVD players and would have chosen a cheaper one because the high price of the other DVDs would have caused her to do so. Justin had several DVDs and would have had to buy them if he wanted to watch them on the DVD player, no matter what was charged for the DVDs.